We are from Accord Fintech Private Limited. So we have the softwares for equity mutual funds and also for the transfer pricing. So we are in this industry for the past. Hello. So we are in this industry for the past 9 years. So we have many verticals in the web products as well as the offline databases. So one of the product is the transfer pricing, ASTP. There are many clients like income tax, all the top four, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, KPMG are using it, and a lot of CA firms in across the India they are using those systems. So we have developed this software after consulting with department. We took the inputs from the department as well as the CAs, because ultimately this software is going to help you to extract the informations which you require for the transfer pricing analysis. In the earlier sessions, you've gone through the methodologies to be followed for your transfer pricing analysis, all the procedures. To implement to those methodologies, first you need to have the comparable companies in your hand. So to get the comparable companies, you need a tool or a database or a software so that you can have the comparable companies after going through many steps. For example, you have decided to do a transfer pricing analysis in a software industry. In India, software there are many companies, thousands of companies are there. So where you will go there and search, how will you find out which are the companies are relevant companies for your TP analysis? So this software is going to help you to find out how many software companies are available in India, what are the financials, the steps which you can follow to find the comparable companies, lot of filters you can apply it. So those things you can do it and apply it here. Finally, you can get the comparable companies. After you got the companies, then you can sit and do the analysis. In the earlier sessions, whatever is the methods, you can decide what type of method you can follow those companies. So I will take you through this software. So this database, we have covered more than 35,000 companies. Indian companies, 35,000 Indian companies having financials. So our main source is stock exchange for the listed companies and Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that is Register of Companies, that is for the unlisted companies. So you may require both listed as well as unlisted companies for your transfer pricing study. So the main challenge is we have to have cover more number of unlisted companies. Listed companies anyway it is available in the public domain, so you will get the financials very easily through stock exchange, or if you are a shareholder also you will get it. But it is a main challenge is to get the private companies annual reports, private companies financial data. The only source is available ROC. So what we do basically, we do just go to the MCA website and download the annual reports and we do update the financials. So like this, we have covered 35,000 plus companies. Those 35,000 plus companies classified into 120 industries, say cement, software, steel, automobile. Like this, we have 120 industries. Also, we have classified more than 1,500 business activities. For example, if you take the any company, say ITC. So ITC, they are into FMCG. They are making paper, they are making tobacco products. So which industry you will classify ITC? So they are into 3-4 kind of business. So what we do to classify a company like ITC, first we go through the complete annual report, we go through the product information, we go through the segmental information, and we do read the management discussion and analysis where company itself talks about the industry and its performance, etc. So based on this, we classify that company like ITC into a relevant industry, say tobacco. How we classify, why we classify into tobacco? Because major revenue is coming from the tobacco. Though they are into FMCG or paper or whatever segments, the major revenue, it may be 60% or 70% portion is coming from the cigarettes, tobacco. So we classify that company into industry called tobacco, the ITC company. This is the industry. So that means one company will be classified into one industry. If you are doing a transfer pricing analysis for cigarettes, you may get the ITC. But if you are doing for paper, you will not get the ITC if you go by the industry classification, because ITC is not classified into paper because the revenue is lesser than the tobacco.
So it's
that is why
wise rather than segment wise.
That is why we introduced a business activity. The business activity means even the activity which is giving a secondary revenue. It's not a primary segment. Secondary, even it gives a 1 crore revenue. We classify that activity into a relevant company. For example, again I take the ITC. So ITC, they are into 3-4 business. So in our business activity classification tool, you can select tobacco, you will get the ITC. You select paper, still you will get the ITC. And you select hotel, still you will get the ITC. And you select any other business which ITC does. You will find it, food products, FMCG. So the ITC, a company which is doing a business to A to Z, all the classifications we have implemented here. Even it gives the 1 crore revenue or 2 crore revenue which is liable to the TP study, you can get that company. Later you can decide whether it's to be removed or not. But you will get the companies in your list. So that way we have classified. One thing we got, understood in this TP industry, first of all the company should be selected in the list. Later that the advisor will decide whether it's to be included or eliminated based on that analysis. So that way we have captured. So that as much as possible you will get the more number of companies in your search. So what we have done, this is the home page. So you can search a company just by typing a word. You type any word here, software, cement, steel, diamond, trading. Just simply you type and it will throw the companies into the business. You type the software, click search. It will just throw the companies into software. Here these are all the segments it is being searched, industry. So we have a industry called IT software. So what happens, the companies, 35,000 companies. Those companies classified into IT software industry, those companies will be thrown in your search. Another thing is segment. So companies are providing the segmental wise information in their annual report. Just take example that in software company Infosys, TCS, they are doing software from financial services, software development from manufacturing, software development from any other segment. So based on the segments, it's a keyword search. You take ITC, they have to mention paper, tobacco, hotel. These are the segmental revenue for that ITC. This is the one area which you can come to know segment-wise revenue. ITC is generated 60% from tobacco, 20% from paper, 20% from food products. So from that segment category also it is being searched. Another one is the finished products. These are also available from the annual report. And business activity. Business activity, which is our internal activity which we classified. In business activity also there are a lot of software related activities. Why we have implemented, as I said earlier, for private companies we are facing the challenge actually on which business they are. If you go through entire annual report of the private company, unlisted company, you may not be able to find out what business they are doing. You will find profit and loss account, balance sheet, all the things, etc. But you will not come to a conclusion what is the nature of the industry. We have faced such a challenge. They don't disclose exact nature of business, what exactly they are doing. But as much as possible, based on our capacity, we do study the complete annual report and we have classified the private companies. Private companies, the real challenge is annual report is the one source, another one is the company website. We do go through company website and in about us column they would have mentioned we are into so and so business. So that way we have classified the business activity. So business activity, I would say it's a one powerful tool which will ensure to cover all the companies in that sector, especially the private companies. So I go by that business activity section. So in TP, based on my experience, last 10 years experience, generally how the department or the CA firms, they do follow some steps. Step 1, 2, 3. Suppose they have decided we have to do a TP study in software industry. The step 1 to find how many companies are available, irrespective of the industries. You forgot about the software now. First, how many companies are available? There are 30,000 companies, 35,000 companies. That is a step 1. And step 2 is, after those available companies, how many companies belongs to software industry? Because that person, the TP person, he is going to do analysis on software industry. So he will search how many companies are available in software industry. That is a step 2. And step 3, he will put the year-end filter. For which year you are going to do a TP analysis? Whether it is a FY15 or FY16 or FY14, we are covering here last financials for the past 10 to 15 years of financials. For listed companies, you will get the 10 to 15 years. For unlisted companies, close to 10 years, you will get the financials. So which financial year you are going to do that TP analysis? That is a step 3. And step 4, it may differ to your industry to industry. If it is a software, they will prefer to have a sales greater than 1 crore. If it is a software company, export sales greater than certain percentage, 65% or whatever. And if it is a manufacturing company or trading company, they will put the filter trading sales, how much percentage, trading sales to total sales. So those filters, it will come into the step 3. And further it will go like that. You can put many criteria. You can eliminate loss-making companies. Simply just if you want to get the only profit-making companies in your TP study, that you can get it. So like this, you can put many criteria, and finally you can get a click of mouse the comparable companies. Once you get the comparable companies, then you can do your analysis. Using your Excel sheets or other information. So now, just I am going through the business activity, which is one tool available to search the companies, comparable companies for a software development. So we have classified that business activity into this category: agriculture, construction and infrastructure, manufacturing, mining, services, trading. Broadly, entire the 1,500 activities classified into mainly this agriculture, construction, manufacturing, mining, services. Okay, so now that we are going to do the software. Software comes under services, so we directly will go to the service. So like this, if you see agriculture, just if you open it, you will get the agriculture related activities, and in construction, all the construction related activities, and manufacturing, all the manufacturing related, and services, mining and trading, all the trading related. So I go to the services, airline services, animation, all the services are the BPO, and there is IT software. So this is the level of classifications which we have. In TP, they want to just go by the particular activity. Even just some people, they go abroad, entire software industry. Some people will go within software, they will go to a particular activity. So we have done such a classification here. So in that IT software, there is an activity here, software development. Just clicking on the checkbox, it will search the companies, and you will get the list of companies. So like this, you can search other activities. Suppose you want to do only in the software testing service. They are software company which is doing only testing. They are not developing any software. They are doing only testing. So there is an activity called software testing services. So like this, in each and every main activity, there are sub activities are there that you can search. And you can you keep increasing that number of activities. So now I have selected software development. So once it is throwing the companies, after that you can further add the companies from software education or software development and trading or authentication services and software testing services. You can keep adding the search here. Also, if you want to include any companies from the BPO sector, also you can go to the IT BPO. There is an activity here. You can include the BPO companies also into that. So as much as the activity which you want to add in your TP search, that you can keep adding. It will show the number of companies here. So there are 1,766 companies. You got that for selection of software development. So now you want to again filter these 1,700 plus companies having financials for the financial year say 15, for example. You are doing a financial year 15 for instance. So there is a financial year filter here. You can select April 2014 to March 2015 and apply. So now it will further filter out of these 1,766 companies, how many companies having the financials for their FY15. It is not necessary all the 1,700 plus companies will have the data for FY15. Listed companies definitely they will have because they are regularly publishing the result as per the listing agreement. But private companies, they don't disclose. Even it is a mandatory, but they are taking up to 1 year or 1.5 years to file the returns, to file the annual report to the ROCs. So there are 691 companies got reduced after applying the filter of that FY15. So now again further you may put another filter. You want to eliminate the company's turnover less than 1 crore. That means you want to have a companies into a TP study more than 1 crore. So you may feel it's a less than 1 crore company. It is no point comparing those companies. So just there is a sales turnover filter here. You can just type that 1. So out of 691 companies again further reduced. Again you can add that, put the export sales. We say 40% for example. Again got further reduced. So like this, whatever the parameters which you want to filter, you can apply the criteria here. So default parameters we have added here. Apart from these, you can add any parameters through the add parameter section. In add parameters, you can get the entire profit and loss account, entire balance sheet. You can apply your own formula because generally people they want to calculate the operating profit. Operating profit, there is the formula differs to person to person. They want to exclude exceptional and non-recurring items, include expenditure. So applying those things, you can calculate your own formulas here and you can filter the criteria. So 188 companies are, so just adding a parameters, profit and loss account. Just I am taking for example PBT and OK. So profit before tax added here. Suppose you want to put here one more criteria, you want to eliminate loss-making companies. So you can put the profit before tax greater than G. So now loss-making companies got eliminated. And RPT sales we have added here, related party transaction. This is one of the important area in that transfer pricing because people want to know that transactions held with related parties. So companies are providing that information in their annual report. Suppose the sale of goods, it is sold to whom? Whether it is a subsidiary, indirect subsidiary, associate company, or any key management personnel. So like this, all the profit and loss account transactions, which is transacted with any other parties, it is being updated here. So that is one major criteria in the TPMA they are using. Related party generally they use less than 25% companies, which is accounted to the sales. They want to get those companies. So you can apply that filter. Also you can get the individual companies related party transaction. Who is the party? What is the transaction? Held with that. That also you can see that. So just I put the RPT sales percentage. Maybe for example 25. Further you got 87 companies. So assume that you have applied all the filters which is required for your TP analysis to get the comparable companies. Now you have to further take this company, 87 companies, again analyze which method is to be applied. So that all these things you will go through internally, going through all the companies' profit and loss account, balance sheet and their financials. So now these 87 companies got shortlisted after you follow certain filters. So now whatever you have clicked here, starting from step 1, software development, and then you apply a financial year, and then you put your condition sales turnover. So all these things being documented. In the TP again, when you take the report to department, you have to first to make a report how you processed this report from step 1 to step last, because how much companies you got after filtering that sales turnover. Again, how much companies again removed after filtering the PBT greater than 0. All these things you have to document and you have to explain to. So these are things being documented. So you need not to sit and what you did last half an hour or 1 hour and make a report kind of things. That also we have reduced here. Just there is a process steps here. Whatever you navigated in this software with is relating to the software development, all these things documented here. The first company, software development services, 1766 companies you got. After that, you applied a filter, 691 companies, and companies removed 1075. Again, you applied a filter, sales turnover greater than 1 crore, 555, removed 136. Like this, whatever the criteria which you applied, it is being documented. And just export all steps. You export these entire steps to the Excel. So all the navigations, steps which you follow, it is exported to the Excel. Step wise, step 1, what you applied, what you got. Again, step 2, what you applied, what is removed, what is remaining. So all these things you will get it here. So starting from step 1 to 3. The step 6 is the, so you have followed 6 steps for your TP. The steps, it may be a 3-4 also, it may be a 15 also. It depends upon your analysis. Now what else you can do from here? Whatever you have filtered here, you got the 87 companies, you can save it as a peer set, because you need to have a comparable companies. So there is option here, save as peer set. You can save these 87 companies as a set, because so that you can do a comparison of profit and loss account, balance sheet in your one Excel sheet for the easy analysis. So this is one tool is available, software. And also you can save this entire model. That means you have followed 6 steps. So next time you want to do the similar, you want to follow similar steps for some other industries, say even BPO or steel or diamond. So again, you need not to do again entire exercise. So once you save this model, it is get saved in that. Now the model also saved. So what you can reopen this model. Instead of software development, you type trading software or diamond. Whatever the criteria which you follow, it will get updated for the diamond. So again, you need not to step 1, say step 6, that you need not to repeat it again. This is save this model. Another one is preserve this model. In TP, what happens? Suppose one person is doing a search today. After 3 months, if he opens the software is getting updated on day-to-day basis. But he wants 3 months back data only. He doesn't want the updated information. Generally, this was a common requirement from that TP industry. So today is the April. So May, June, in July, they are reporting to the higher authorities or department. So 3 months back, whatever you followed as it is, it should be maintained. If any company is included or any companies got eliminated, whole exercise will go into wait, because the analysis, the companies count, whatever the parameters you have filtered, everything it is to be as it is what you processed 3 months back. So that is the tool we have added here, preserve this model. So what happens, whatever the clickings or navigations, just you can save it in your this is getting saved in your local drive. Earlier save this model, I saved it in the database itself. So this, once database gets updated, you will get the updated information. The preserve this model which I saved, it is saved in your local drive. So once you reopen, even after 3 months or even after 1 year, same 87 companies only you will get it.
So I have a question. There is a similar software available from other companies. So it will be a little bit different if you apply the same search tools, because it's something subjective in each software.
Yes, there will be difference. One is in terms of companies. Others may have only 20,000 companies or 10,000 companies. We have a 35,000 companies. So obviously in the first search, the software, we are throwing 1,700 companies. So others, they may throw only 1,000 companies or they may throw 500 companies. So that is the one first difference itself, you will get it. Second difference, financials, we go by as reported by the company. We don't adjust or regroup any numbers. What company has reported, as it is, we are updating in the system. We are just leaving to the analyst. You decide what you want to, do that. Suppose company is, giving a profit, 100 crores. 100 crores only reported because it's an audited figure. That 100 crore you want to minus, add this non-recurring income, non-recurring expenditure, all these things that we are leaving to the user because that differs to person to person. So the financials, others, they may regroup the numbers or, that way. There are differences will come. That thing is that. So now we are going. I have taken all the as a one particular industry or activity how to search. Now you want to see the individual companies' financials. You got the 87 companies. Just clicking on that any example companies. So all the 87 companies got listed out here, and you will get the financials. So these are the companies, individual companies, profit and loss account. Just clicking on that, you will get the companies profit and loss account. For listed companies, what we have done, just I will take one listed company. The same process. We have linked that annual report here. You can see the actual annual report of the company because just you are seeing the numbers, so you are relying on this number. You are going to take this number for your analysis. There should be authenticity on this number, and we are claiming it is as reported also. So this is to ensure the authenticity of the data. We have linked that company's annual report directly with the profit and loss account. Clicking on that number, you will get the linking, how the number is arrived on, how the number is picked up from the annual report. That
relevant note of that number is coming on this.
Yes. Suppose this contribution to EPF 547. Annual report mein where the 547 is appearing, just we are picking it from there. Because any value which is displayed here, it is taken from the annual report only. So you should know on the spot. You cannot rely on us. You cannot call our customer support. Okay, have you arrived this 600 crore for software services? I'm not able to figure it out because annual report will be 100 pages. In P&L, it is schedules, notes to accounts. So these are the practical difficulties which you need not to go through it. Just clicking on the value, directly it will take the annual report link. Immediately you can decide, okay, this is the right way or these are wrong or whatever, you can adjust the numbers. That way you can do this. We have done it for the listed companies, not for the private companies. Listed companies annual report, it is even readable, properly designed. I mean, numbers are visible. Unlisted companies, there is no any proper schedules. Simply they are giving a main profit and loss account, or the PDF is not a readable format. I mean, still there are some challenges technically in a software language to link the numbers.
So what is the authenticity of data in private companies?
Private companies, we have the annual reports with us. So you can request us to share the annual report. We will share it.
So that is what download from MCA website.
We are downloading from MCA website and we have kept it in our server because we are paying it for that. We are downloading after paying that some rupees. Okay, so that we have
There
kept
is
it.
RRC fees, no?
It's ROC.
That's ROC.
Yes, some 110 rupees per company they are charging it.
Correct.
So once we downloaded, we are keeping it in our server because our clients are using the data, so they may require the annual reports. So that is we are sharing. So once the TP client, if he got some comparable companies of 7 or 10, he will send an email. Okay, these 10 companies private companies annual report because I want to refer. Also, we are providing the annual reports here, director reports, auditor reports. That is also available. Director reports, auditor. Notes to accounts. The complete report part we are compiling here and we are showing it here, report part. So that you can go through the complete.
So this is what you are having with the MCA or that record. But then after analysis, which method is to be used that it shows?
No. Which method to be used, we are not suggesting or we have not implemented anything here because in fact we are planning for last even couple of years to bring that such tool, but it is to reach that level it is very complicated because it is not something like that while you are searching itself you can decide. In earlier session also one person asked it can be challenged or not, it can be challenged, he replied. So something we will automate it here. It will, if it is misleading you from the step 1 itself, then your entire analysis will go down. It's a software. Suddenly if you throw, it's a cost plus method, okay, you apply it. If it is misleading you from the step 1, then your entire analysis will go into water. That is practically we are facing the problem because still we are not able to calculate arm's length price. To calculate the arm's length price, we need certain information, still it is not available publicly. Even we don't know how they are calculating the arm's length price.
We have only Indian companies.
Indian companies are, yes, foreign companies having operations in India, like Samsung, LG, Sony.
But no international details.
No international details. Indian companies and foreign companies having operations in India, like a Vodafone, all the details are available. Complete financials. Hyundai, Ford.
Only financials you are providing them.
Financials, non-financials in this sense, other listed companies that we are providing share price data, shareholding pattern.